This is the first in a series of quick start videos designed to get you up and running quickly with the Metroplex Cloud Management Portal. I'm going to log in here with my email address and password, and you'll see it brings me to the main dashboard of the Cloud Portal. Along this dark gray band, you will see tabs for the various solutions that you've subscribed to, and in the upper right hand corner, you'll see a link to manage your account, change your password, and help. I highly recommend clicking on the change your password link right away and setting a question and answer. That way, if you forget your password, you can easily reset it by answering this question on the main login screen. If you don't configure a question and answer, you'll have to contact support in order to access the console. If you click on the account link in the upper right hand corner, you'll see that there are a number of subtabs within this section. I'm going to click on the company subtab here, and you'll see that there is a table below which shows all of the companies that you have the ability to manage or departments within your organization. And in my test account here, I only have one company. Now you can either double click it, or you can select it and then click the edit button from the toolbar. And I can keep all of the information up to date on my organization right here in this dialog box. On the Users tab, I have the ability to add and manage various different users within my organization. You'll see that I have 3 of them here, including my test account user. And it's very easy to click add and create new users for your organization. And you can also manage users as well by simply double-clicking them, or again selecting them and clicking the edit button in the toolbar. And here I can keep all of the information up to date for the particular user. I can choose individual time zones for users, and I can also assign specific roles for them. And I'll talk about roles on the next sub-tab here. So if you click the roles and security, you'll see that by default there are 2 roles for every organization. There is a default user role and an admin role. And the admin role has access to everything, and the default user has access to nothing. Again, you can double click it to edit it, and you'll see that I have quite a bit of permission capability here to specify where I want people to have access and what level of access I want them to have as well. So I could, for example, enable this geo or this cloud DNS section, and then I could go in and disable the geo zones, or make it read-only or read-write. So it's very flexible with permissions capabilities. And then once I've created a new role or edited a role, I can then go back to the Users tab and assign it to a particular user. The IP addresses tab is where you purchase IP addresses for use with our cloud networking products. I'm not going to talk about that in this particular video. The changelog tab keeps track of all of the changes that are made to DNS entries. So if a user logs in and adds a domain, deletes a domain, adds a record, changes an IP address for a record, and so on, it will log all of that information and display it here in this table. And this table cannot be purged, so it provides a nice historic track record of all the changes that are made for your future reference. The Alert Lists tab allows you to create different alert lists, which can then be assigned to DNS failover pools, for example. And within an alert list, you have the ability of putting different users in there. And then when you assign that alert list to a server or a failover pool, when that device goes up or down, it will send an email to those users. And the Alert Templates tab is where you can configure custom alert templates. By default, it will use the ones that we have built into our system. But you can click Add to create your own. You can create a single DNS template or a single networking template. And then you can modify how the information is displayed, or even what information is presented using the different template items that we have here. And you can even key in additional information that may be valuable, or adjust the subject line and so forth. And on the Service Status tab, we keep a log of all the changes that happen to servers. Again, this would apply to DNS failover, and if we're monitoring different servers and make automated DNS changes as a result, all the server up and down information will be captured and displayed in this table for future reference. And finally, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a help icon. You can click it at any time, and depending on where you are in the portal, it will display contextual help for that particular section. So you'll see if I click on the Users tab, it'll then change and display information for that user section. We'll talk about other sections of the Cloud Management Portal in a future video, but that's it for now.